Hello everyone, welcome to another podcast. My name's Ben Lister. Today's podcast is with from my podcast radio show, Lucy Amberchi. So yeah, I will only be uploading four videos tonight because I'll be uploading my Ian Collins video later on, and my Lucy Amberchi video, and my Neil Velgoin video, and of course my Gal Kingston video, so stay tuned for that. And here's my interview with Lucy Amberchi. Here we go. Hello and welcome to another podcast. It's 2021. We are very nearly out of lockdown. Welcome back to the Ben Lister podcast radio show here on Hull Kingston Radio, 107.4 FM. Yes, I hear you right, 107.4 FM. I have had many guests, so many different guests from the world of radio and music industry over the last 18 episodes. And episode 19 is no different. On to today's guest. It's broadcasting icon, another broadcasting hero of man. It's a broadcasting goddess. It's the one, the only, the goddess of broadcasting, Lucy Amberchi. Hello, Lucy. Welcome along here on Hull Kingston Radio.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
How are you today?
I am, I'm good. I've got my first day off in many days, so quite chilled, which is quite nice.
You've been doing a lot of radio then?
Yes. Yeah, I'm freelancing at the moment, so it means I'm here, there and everywhere. And
I had your boss from what's that station you do as well in an afternoon? Not Solent, it's an independent one, Max.
Oh yeah, Max Radio, yeah.
I had your boss on a few weeks ago.
Ah, Stuart?
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I had your boss on another podcast I did a couple of weeks ago. How are you today anyway?
Yeah, very good and excited to speak radio. It's my favourite topic ever in the whole world.
It's mine too. I have a love for radio. I'm married to the job.
Yeah, good. Me too, absolutely.
5 questions about your broadcast career, if that's okay. Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's go for it, shall we? You ready to rumble in the jungle?
Oh, yeah.
Question 1. Let's go for it. Question 1. Where did you start your broadcast career?
I started on student radio when I was at Manchester. And it's a great place to start because you got time on your hands. You're enthusiastic, you're young. And you can make lots of mistakes and you can really carve out and mould the type of presenter that you want to be. So I don't think I still have the tapes from student days. I think they'd be absolutely dreadful. But that's where I started. And it wasn't really like a passion of mine at that point. But I was actually a DJ and I got the opportunity to go on the student radio and I did this really heavy breathing stuff like that because I was so nervous and I absolutely loved it, but I didn't think that I loved it, but I didn't think that it would end up being my career because it just seemed too unobtainable.
Wow, what a start to your career.
Yeah, it's really, and it's, back then when I started, it wasn't what it was now. I think now people at student radio, they really feel like they have an opportunity to break into the industry. Back then it was all kind of quite casual and, you were just sort of doing it as something a bit on the side. But I think now it's there's a bit more structure to it. You got the student awards, so there's a bit more of a sort of pyramid up through into a professional job.
Of course, that's brilliant. Question 2, who were your inspirations in broadcasting starting out?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'd listened to all sorts of radio. I listened to Capital Radio a lot. I remember hearing Dr. Fox and the Dr. Fox jingle, Dr. F, Dr. O, Dr. X. And I thought they were quite cool. And there weren't many women in radio to listen to. And I just sort of accepted. I just sort of thought, oh, there's just not many women in radio. It didn't really sort of occur to me, why are there not many women in radio? I remember listening to Margarita Taylor and thinking, gosh, she sounds so cool. And I suppose later on listening to Sarah Cox, Zoe Ball. There's many more women to listen to on the radio now. It's great. I love listening to women. I find them most inspiring. But so I suppose Dr. Fox, I listened to Radio 1, Fabio and Groove Rider, drum and bass show. That was great. Yeah, so kind of Capital and Radio 1 and pirate stations as well. But yeah, Capital. I think probably Capital was the first sort of radio station that I had on when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, and first of all, I apologise for being late. I was just sorting something out with Bruno Brooks. I apologise.
Oh yeah, I haven't met him. Is he nice?
Yeah, I've spoke to him a couple of times, but I was just sorting out a previous podcast thing with him and sorting out a potential interview with a couple of friends of mine.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, and I've interviewed Neil, obviously, Mr. Fox, Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
And also brilliant broadcaster.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Does it from his shed in London, the Nation's Breakfast Show.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I did go on to meet him. You know, kind of when you look up to these people and then you eventually meet them, you're a bit starstruck, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to work at Capital.
Yeah, and Magic.
A song that made him nostalgic at Capital was a song by Mariah Carey called Boys.
Oh, I didn't know that. Love that fact.
Something Boys. Can't remember. I'll have to. Sorry, one sec. This will be edited out later on. It'll be kept in for the website version, don't worry. Because I have him on the Facebook, you see.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I know him through a few friends of mine.
Right, okay.
Sorry, I'm just researching the song.
It's all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of good presenters out there.
There are, really are.
Boys to Men.
That's the band.
No, there was the Mariah Carey song called Boys to Men. That was the song that took him back to his Capital FM days, because it was the time, because he was asking us lot the time in his life.
Mm-hmm.
It was One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boys to Men.
Okay.
From 1995.
Good radio fact, good pub quiz fact.
Yep, and did you know that Phil Collins and Phil Bailey, it was one of the first collaborations in an epic song, Easy Lover?
Oh, great song. Great tune.
Have you ever played it on your radio show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I play that on BBC quite a bit.
Phil Collins, wow, what a singer and drummer.
Singer and drummer and talent, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I like the radio. I saw your thing the other night on them, the Hits Radio.
Oh,
Hits
yeah.
Radio, when you were watching the England match in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on air for that. That was not the final, but
it was one of the matches.
Other two matches, and I was in the middle of a link, and Harry Kane scored his penalty. That was quite exciting.
You played a bit of Craig David.
Yes.
I like Craig David as well.
Was it 7 Days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually played it on the BBC network up here. And someone came up the joke that Craig David won't answer his phone on the 5th day.
Oh, yeah.
If you get that
we'll drink
jerk.
on Monday. Oh.
Yeah, that one. If you get what I mean.
I think I get what you mean, Ben, unless it's gone over my head. I'll
Yeah,
nod.
Yeah. Question 3. What's your favourite part about being a broadcaster?
Oh goodness.
/ radio presenter.
There's so much. It's not like a job. It's just it's when you enjoy something, when you're passionate about something, it's not really a job anymore, isn't it? I mean, there's everything I like. Delivering the latest news, like being on the radio after England lost the final on Monday, being on the radio on Monday and just sort of being able to discuss that and get people on the phone and get their reaction, and get that sort of raw emotion to something that's happened to everybody. It's just, you just feel really part of what's going on at that moment, which is great. I love that. And I like talking to people as well, talking to callers, and doing interviews. And I really like finding out about people's lives. This is great. You get people on, especially on the BBC, you really get to delve into people's lives and people's stories and people's challenges, or, whatever their sort of news story is. I find that, I just think it's great to be able to deliver that in an audio way. It's nice. But, it's nice to be entertaining as well. I like having fun and playing great music and, just doing fun, silly chats and quizzes and games and that sort of thing. And there's nothing like that. The radio is just so unique. It's such an intimate, personal experience.
On Sunday, I actually was down a pub for the first time in the Euros watching a football match, and the amount and loads of people. I was more not full of alcohol, but more alcohol went over me.
Yeah,
everybody,
it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, because when we scored, there was a lot of alcohol that went over me.
Oh, I bet. Did you have a beer shower?
I wasn't drinking.
No, but you had a beer shower though, I take, Ben.
Yeah.
I bet you smelled all after that, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. Anyway, question 4. We took the COVID question out. What is your greatest achievement in your career?
Ooh. Oh, I've had some amazing moments. I've had some brilliant broadcasts across the world. I've broadcast from the Caribbean, America, Europe, Africa. Just some incredible places. I met some amazing people. But I've been to the World Cup. So things like that. And you sort of pinch yourself that you've got the opportunity to do that. I've interviewed some incredible people as well. Some incredibly famous people, but some incredible people who've overcome things in their lives. That's always quite touching. And then I did a breakfast show in London for 5 years. So that was brilliant. It was great fun, and we were number 7 commercial show in London. So that was a pretty big achievement. So there's so many things to mention, but that's probably my most proud moment, getting that result on those radio figures.
What was your show down in London?
Choice FM, so it's now Capital Extra. So I did the breakfast show on Choice FM for 5 years, and it was Martin and Lucy, and it was brilliant fun. It was just such a laugh. It was just fun times in the morning, great tunes, R&B, dance music. Yeah.
Leicester Square, was it?
Leicester Square, yeah, Leicester Square.
Who was on the main Capital breakfast at that time? Was it Roman Kemp or was it Lisa Snowdon and Dave Berry?
No, it was actually Johnny Vaughan and Johnny Vaughan and Lisa Snowdon at that time. Yeah.
Then Dave Berry came along later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because Johnny Vaughan took it over from Mr. Tarrant.
Yeah, so I never got to meet Mr. Tarrant, but Johnny was quite a talent and quite an interesting character. He was a big character in the office, and he was an amazing broadcaster. I thought his show was incredible.
Yeah, and Lisa Snowden's now gone on to other things as well.
Yeah, exactly. And he's back in the building.
What network?
I think he's on XFM now, isn't he?
Yeah, along with Toby Tarrant.
Yeah.
Who in actual fact is Miss Chris Tarrant's son.
Yeah, exactly.
And his daughter's also part of the Heart Network.
Yeah. Oh, you are a radio nerd, aren't you?
Yeah, and there's also Chris Moyles as well. He's returned to the global fold after going to in the wilds of the BBC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's onto commercial radio these days. I haven't heard him. Is he sounding good? I haven't heard him recently.
I think so. He's a bit of a lunatic.
But, lunatics make good radio.
He likes to drive around the global building in a mobility scooter.
Oh, does he? I didn't know that.
And he likes to go and interrupt other people's programs.
Oh, does he? Who's he been to interrupt then?
He went to interrupt Capital Extra.
Oh, he did he?
A few years ago, yeah.
Was it funny?
There was a guy called, I can't remember his name, Jez, I think it was on there.
Oh, yeah.
On the breakfast thing.
Was it funny? Did you hear it?
Yeah, you got to see it on YouTube. I'll probably send you the link in a bit.
Do that. Yeah, that would be funny.
And then he went up to the Heart Studios where Toby Anstis, Jamie Theakston, if you've ever heard of them lot.
Yeah.
And his co-presenter at the time, who's no longer at Heart, Emma Bunton.
Oh, yeah.
From the Spice Girls. Toby Anstis hid under the table when Chris Moyles went for the glass.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, because it's right near the end, and then he just went wreaking havoc in the mobility scooter around the global Leicester Square building.
Oh, that sounds like him.
Shame you weren't there, though.
I know.
Did you hijack your show?
Oh, that sounds funny.
Yeah. Question 5, and the last question on the list. What advice would you give to young aspiring broadcasters who are starting out?
Oh, goodness. There's so much. I would say be patient because things don't happen quickly. I would say get as much experience as you can on air. It doesn't matter what radio station you're on, but as long as you're on air and doing a show, you are broadcasting and getting more hours under your belt and becoming a better presenter. I think the more you're on air, the better you get, basically. I don't think it's frustrating at the beginning because it's really difficult to do it, and you but if you just keep going and keep trying and just try out different things, keep listening to yourself as well, listen back to yourself, which sometimes is quite difficult and you're like, oh, that's awful, but you can learn from it. And work hard, research, think about the radio stations you're approaching and think about, do you actually suit that radio station? Does your broadcast style suit that radio station? Don't bother if it doesn't. There's no point. Be nice. Don't be too annoying. Oh, there's so many things. I mean, but I've made so many mistakes, you have ups and downs and you just got to try and ride it. I don't know. What else do you think, Ben? You can add to the list.
I just say, for example, if they shut the door in my face, I just bash the door down. I don't knock at the door, I just bash it down. Yeah. Like the police.
But you don't want to be too annoying though, Ben, that's the thing.
That's my problem. I can be annoying too much, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat that or lie, because I can be. And I'm just, people call it ambition.
Yeah. Well, you've got to be ambitious. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. You've got to be ambitious. But if someone says you're not quite right for a reason, you have to sort of accept that and then think about another way to get on another play. You know, we don't all suit every radio station, do we? But
No.
so that's why you need to target what station you do suit.
Yeah. Yeah, like some broadcasters can be multi-platform.
Yeah, look at Scott Mills.
He did Radio 1 and Radio 2.
Yeah, and 5 Live.
Yeah. Sam Mayonnaise as well.
Oh, who's Sam Mayonnaise?
Mayo.
Oh, Simon Mayo, yeah.
That's what I call him, Mayonnaise.
Good one, I like it.
Yeah, and yeah, I was talking to a couple of broadcasters the other day. I've just had so many, so apologies if I'm feeling a bit jaded.
No worries, you're doing good, Ben.
I'm just ready to get one more interview bagged, canned, and find you a nice picture for I'll look online somewhere and find a nice picture for the podcast thing off of my website, and we sorted. So that's it for today. Thank you very much thank you for joining us, Lucy.
Thank you so much for having me. I love talking radio, and I can see that you're really passionate about it as well. So it's nice to talk with a fellow radio anorak like yourself.
Do join me again soon for another Ben Lister podcast radio show here on Hull Kingston Radio 107.4 FM. But for one more time, please give it up for the one, the only, the goddess of radio, Lucy Amberchi.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you.
Do join me again soon for another podcast. But for now, that's a wrap. That was my interview with Lucy Amberchi, episode 19 of the podcast radio show. Really hope you enjoyed it. My next upload tonight will be from the 2019 archives with Wayne Walton, the artist. So stick around for that and stay tuned for that. And I'll talk to you soon. BL out.